Oh, geez, that's awful. That is awful. Yeah, it's just it's a tragedy, but at least, she lived 92 wonderful years. No, I know not all of them, but hey, nobody lives the eulogy? Yeah. No, I would be glad to do that for you, and please let us know if there's anything at all we can do. Yeah, we will be there, I promise you that. Okay. Thank you for calling. Same goes for you.
Dad, who died? I can tell by the hysterical laughter. Someone in our family just died.
I don't know why this happens every time.
Yeah, I remember the last laughing fit you had.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Estelle.
Oh, Estelle died.
Yeah.
Who is she?
What are you talking about? Morty's wife.
Who's Morty?
Morty is my second cousin, once removed. Or twice removed.
That's too far away from me, Dad. I don't think I've ever met Morty or Estelle, have I?
They used to come over Thanksgiving, Passover. Anyway.
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, you seem so upset.
Well, we were close.
Yeah.
We were very close.
Yeah.
Very close to hysteria there for a second.
Why do you laugh at somebody else's demise? I don't understand that. I mean,
There's something about, I guess, 1 minute they're alive, and the next minute they're dead. It's like slapstick.
I hope you're not upset. I mean, you look it.
Well, I'm a little upset. She was, when I was a kid, she was there for me a lot. When both of my parents were working, she very often would pick me up at school and bring me home.
Right.
And Morty is somebody I'm very fond of. Morty is a very worldly guy.
Yeah.
If that's what incontinent means anymore. But there are services the day after tomorrow.
Oh.
The Jews are obliged to bury their dead within a certain time frame.
Yeah, I know, Dad. I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know the rules. Thanks for reminding me.
I know, but I remember you threw out the manual.
Okay, let me phrase it this way. Let's put it into the hypothetical, okay? Let's say Dr. Katz was going to have a party. And at this party, he was allowed to invite one of his patients. Do you think that there was any chance at all that I would be the one patient he would invite? Or do you think that I would be in the top 5 patients he would invite? Or do you think he would say something like, no, he's not coming? Is that, he's not going to be there? Which of those do you think would be? So I haven't been. I'm very frightened of doctors and dentists. And my sister went to this acupuncturist, which was pretty cool. But he was a doctor, but he missed these signs that she had diabetes. I mean, she had all these signs. I mean, she was, for example, she was craving insulin, and then she would collapse after eating a Lifesaver, and still, the doctor still didn't get it at that point.
Tell me the whole thing again, Andy.
I went out with this woman for 2 months, and then we didn't have any sex, and I asked her, why aren't we having any sex, which is always a good come-on line. And she said, I can't have any sex with you, Andy, because I'm impotent. And I said, impotent, don't you mean frigid? And she said, sure, whatever it takes. That too. Yes, is what she said. All righty then. I can't get enough of the women, though. I can't get any of the women. So I think you can see my process of elimination. I can't get any of them. When I was a kid, I hated musicals. I couldn't stand when I go to the theater and there'd be a musical. And I hated musicals when they tell you what they're going to do.
Right.
They always say, we're going to dance and sing and do everything. Well, then go ahead and dance and sing and do everything. It's like those rock groups in the early 60s. They would go, we want to rock and roll. Well, go ahead and rock and roll then. You've got the instruments and the amplifiers. Who better than you? Maybe I'm a little too upset about this, but it's starting to stick in my craw, wherever that would be located in my body.
That's right next to your druthers.
I used to have an agent and a manager, and then I had a lawyer, and then I used to pay some guy 2%. I would call him up, and he would say, "It's not you, Andy. This business is screwed." For 2%. And it was well worth it, is how I felt about it.
Well, you're in a business, Andy, where representation is critical. You need to have people who have your interests at heart.
But do you think it's a bad sign if you're talking to your lawyer and right in the middle of talking to him, your lawyer says, hey, look, I'm no legal expert. Is that good? Is that a bad sign?
Not necessarily.
Dad, it's just that it's going to be a little awkward for me because I haven't been to a funeral since I was 12. So I'm a little out of practice.
I'll cover for you because I've been to 3 funerals this year, and I'm not a morning person.
Well, just go to bed early tonight, and you'll be able to get up early tomorrow.
It was a joke.
Oh, you mean it was a bad pun? Morning, right?
Puns aren't really good or bad. They're just puns. That's what they are.
Well, don't defend him, Dad. Maybe you're just not a punny person.
That's a bad pun.
You slap me in the face now and...
Pun, you're going to your room right now.
Punish me.
Okay.
Well, don't pontificate.
Okay.
Just pun.
Hey, Laura.
Yeah?
I'm going to be in a little late tomorrow morning.
Oh, me too.
Well, I have to go to a funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Katz.
Yeah, well, thank you. And it's going to be a tough one because, this is my 3rd funeral this year, and I'm not a morning person.
Is that a joke?
Yeah. Why, didn't it seem
I don't think that's appropriate at a time like this.
Do you think it's a bad joke or just an appropriate time for a joke?
Both.
You can only choose one.
I'd have to go with bad joke.
That hurts. Well, let's try and pick up where we left off last time, Margaret, because I thought we were making some progress. Tell me about your family, about your siblings.
Everyone in the family was fat. I used to have to hide in the bathroom to eat.
Yeah.
They'd all be at the door trying to get in to get my food. We just want to wash our faces. It was like the night of the living dead.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it was a very scary childhood. My mother has home movies you got to be 18 to get into. There's one of a barbecue. If you look real close, you can see Hitchcock sitting at a picnic table.
Odd. Weren't you talking last time about your Uncle Joe?
Oh, Uncle Joey.
Yes.
Jeez. Ate nothing but food additives. He was always real shiny like a sausage casing.
Right.
You just want to stick him with a fork. You knew a fennel seed would come flying out. Disgusting human being. Couldn't get a sentence out without, belching. So, Mark, how you doing? Geez, you're looking good. Yeah, you too, Uncle Joey.
Yeah, shiny guy. But it's good that you're getting out. You're seeing people, you're taking chances.
Yeah, I went out to dinner with a Marine last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He looked across the table at me and he goes, I could kill you in 7 seconds. I go, oh, well, I'll just have the toast then. I like him, though, because he fights.
Yeah.
Everywhere we go, he picks a big fist fight. I love fights.
Really?
Well, I don't like the actual fight. I like the loose change on the ground afterwards.
But you find yourself drawn to the macho types, big, strong guys.
Of course, I don't like hairy guys, so I went with a hairy guy. He'd get in the bathtub. It looked like the sewer backed up.
Ooh.
All that fur floating on that water made me want to snap a cigarette butt in there.
Where do you meet these guys? I mean, do you go to bars?
Bars. I hate bars. Because I don't drink or smoke, Guys coming up to me, hey, cupcake, can I buy you a drink? I'd always say, no, but I'll take the $3. And then they want to know my name. I say Margaret, and they always go, what do you like to be called? Like Margaret's a crummy name. I go, oh, just call me Bubbles. I'll give you a name, you little weasel.
You know something? I used to actually be very uncomfortable with the idea of being buried.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to be cremated, but then there's a certain kind of symmetry about regenerating life with the decaying of your body.
That's disgusting, Dad.
I'm not saying we should do it today.
Right. Does he accept gifts at all? Would it be inappropriate to find out when Dr. Katz's birthday is? And do you think sending a present would be an appropriate gesture?
That's the kind of decision you will have to make about your father someday. You know?
About what? How you should be buried?
Whether I should be buried or cremated or who knows by the time I die.
I think you should make the choice, Dad, about the way you want to be buried.
Well, I'm telling you now, I'd like to be buried nicely.
Okay, well, I can't afford that.
Yeah.
You remember when Uncle Phil died?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was great.
Okay, when you're saying to me, get away from me, now are you talking to me as like a patient, like this area is not for the patients? Or are you saying Andy Kindler, you get away from me?
Dr. Katz's office.
Hey, Laura.
Hi, Ben.
It's Ben. How you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Hanging in there?
Good.
Yeah. What?
Good.
Hanging in there, I said.
Oh, I thought you meant you were hanging in there.
Oh, no. It's an expression. Like, I would say hanging in there, and you'd say, yeah.
You have to put more of a question mark at the end. Try it again.
Okay. Hanging in there?
Yeah.
Me too.
My mother came out to California. California's very nice, Andy. San Francisco was lovely. The hills I could have lived without, but the people were courteous and well-kept. She gets off the plane, she's reading from the tour book. Andy, did you know San Francisco is the 5th largest textile manufacturer in the early 20th century? Andy, I would like to visit Sausalito. Can we go to Sausalito, a small fishing village north of the Golden Gate Bridge, nestled in lovely Marin County? Can we go to Sausalito?
You know, actually, it's kind of a tough time for the Katz family. You know, I don't know if you've heard, but my Aunt Estelle died.
Oh, right. Were you very close to her?
I didn't know her. I mean, my dad told me I met her a couple of times, but I don't actually remember.
Oh.
I think my dad was kind of close. Is he overly upset today?
Not really.
Well, he should be. I mean...
He was trying to make a bad joke.
Yeah. Well, the thing about this is I have to go to the funeral tomorrow, and I'm not exactly a mourning person. You know?
Right. That was the one.
The one what?
The bad joke that he tried to make.
Oh, he told you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wrote it.
Right.
He just tells him.
The thing is that the comedy boom is over. It's very depressing. And I mean, this is the field that I've picked for my life, and it used to be everybody wanted a comic. In the mid-'80s, if you could say, how you people doing, you could make like $100,000 a year.
Well, but now you're doing other things. You're branching out. You're writing comedy.
My whole trouble is I can't focus, like I'm supposed to, try and write a script or something like that. So, I want to write a script, but then I figure, maybe I'll take a nap for a couple hours, get things stirred up that way.
Yeah.
Then I start to write, and then I notice that Newhart is on, Nick at Night. So how can you not watch Newhart?
I have to.
And then, I'm start to write again, and I realize that Dragnet is very watchable when you're trying to avoid your obligations. Here's my impression of a network TV executive during World War II. Look, I don't like Hitler either, but he's very, very popular. He does very well. He has a lot of energy. He scores very well with the 18 to 49 men who hate Jews category. We're skewing it that way. They buy a lot of products. What do you want me to do? They buy the brown shirts. They enjoy the riding crops.
Hey, when was the last time you bought a suit, Stanley?
A couple of years ago.
You know what size you are?
Yeah.
What size?
41 reg.
41 rug. See, the last time I bought a suit, I was a 38 short. And I went and I tried on a 38 short. And I could get one sleeve in, essentially.
Oh.
I have a little more fullness.
Yeah.
Gotten a little heavier, I guess.
Well, I filled out.
Oh, well.
I bulked up a little bit.
You know what's a good thing to do for that?
What's that?
It sounds outrageous, but go for like a higher number. Like instead of 38, go like to a 40 or a 42.
Well, this is what I was going to tell you. Is this woman who was selling me this suit? She kept saying to me, and she was belting it out in front of everybody. She said, "Well, the problem is, Mr. Katz, you're a portly gentleman. You're if you want to wear 38, you have to wear 38 portly."
Oh. Is there really a portly size?
Apparently, but I am not. Would you ever describe me as portly?
No.
Never.
No.
Never.
No, I'm not a portly guy.
No.
So I said, stop it.
You said that to her.
I said, stop it.
Good. Good.
I don't need that.
Did
she was probably projecting. Was she portly?
No. She was felt.
Oh. She was made out of felt.
Maybe she was...
Did I say felt?
You know, sometimes when women get really aggressive... Yeah. It's really that they're kind of like coming onto you. Sometimes some women do that. They get like really aggressive.
Yeah.
And then they're testing you to see if
how far they can push you.
Yeah, and see if you like that, basically. If you like being bossed around.
No, wait, does it always mean that? Because women come on to me like that a lot. They're always
it doesn't
yelling
always
at me, and it doesn't always.
It doesn't always mean.
What about when they ticket your car? Is that
That's a come on.
That's a oh man, I fall for that every time.
You know, those salespeople, they hate their jobs.
Yeah.
I remember the last job I ever tried to get in the normal workforce. Guy told me I had to wear high heels.
Right.
I said, well, I'll wear the high heels, but I'm going to need a handicapped parking space.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one store, that Ann Taylor. They're a little pushy there, though.
Yeah.
Get in there, they follow you around, rush me in and out of that dressing room. You know, I get in that dressing room, I like to stay a while. It's nicer than my apartment. So I'm in there like 10, 15 minutes. She comes knocking at the door. I go, what? You been in there a while, are you okay? I opened the door a crack. I said, no, could you get me some toilet paper? What does she think I'm doing in there?
Oops. Margaret, I'm sorry. You know what the music means. We're going to have to stop now.
I know our time's up, but...
Nope. Gotta go.
I think I got designs on you. Bye.
What did you just say?
I think I'm in love with you. Bye.
Wait. This is I mean, I wish you had said this earlier.
Well, then we would have had to talk about it.
But we do need to talk about it.
Well, okay.
But, you know, we can't do it now because our time is up. But we have to talk about this issue next session.
I think you should chip in half, though.
Why is that?
If we're talking about our relationship, isn't that a couples session?
Well, technically, but it's really more about what we call transference in this business.
Don't worry, I'm not going to stalk you or anything.
Well, that's good. I mean, it never really crossed my mind. I never addressed that issue in my mind. But I have to get going now because I never go directly home. You know what I mean? I don't know why I'm telling you this.
So now what exactly are you going to say?
I was going to ask you. I usually try to open with a joke. But I don't think I'm going to today.
No.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk about Estelle, you know.
Yeah, well, that would be a good person to talk about.
Yeah, because
it is her funeral.
That's true. I got to acknowledge her somehow.
Yeah, I would say touch on her.
Hey, Ben, isn't that cousin Sheila's husband, Larry? You remember him?
That's the guy that used to put on the magic shows at the family gatherings.
Right.
And he'd make me be his lovely assistant, you know?
Yeah. I hope he doesn't try to saw the casket in half.
Dad, don't make us laugh.
Okay.
That's not right. Not here.
Oh, man. This is a depressing event here. I don't care what anyone says. And I haven't even done my eulogy yet. Oh, I think they're asked me up to the...
Yeah, you're going to have to go up now. I'll stay here. Unless you want me to be your lovely assistant.
Nah, that's all right.
All right, you go up. Knock him dead.
Okay.
Okay.
When I first heard that Estelle had passed away...
Can't hear him back.
Ben, if you can't hear me, come a little closer. I'm sorry, folks. When I first I thought of when I first heard that she had passed away. I thought of her life, and Estelle had 92 great years, and by my count, that's 92 great years. I'm sorry, I lost my place here. I remember her love and her laughter. And her love of laughter.
Mayday, Mayday.
Estelle was a remarkable woman. In her lifetime, she accomplished so much and did so much for so many people in her 92 years, which if you break it down, it's not that much considering how long she lived, but still, wrap it up. She did a lot. I know what the music means.
Oh, Dad.
How'd I do?
I thought for sure you were going to turn it around, but you didn't. I mean, I've never heard a eulogy before, but I think it's safe to say that was the worst eulogy ever given. At the after party, we're splitting up. That's all there is to it.